I never noticed any tension, any hatred, but it's very obvious it become very strong nowadays. We have Muslim lady, when they left the mosque, they been abused by people passing by and said, we don't want you in your local community. Go back to Pakistan. Go back to where you come from.
It was just after 9:45 p.m. on a quiet Saturday in Peacehaven, East Sussex, when two masked figures crept up to a place of worship. In balaclavas, with dark clothing, they moved toward the mosque's front entrance. Seconds later, a spray of accelerant, a sudden ignition, and the night was pierced by leaping flames. A car parked outside erupted. Inside, elderly worshippers barely escaped. What seemed like a peaceful evening suddenly became a nightmare of terror, recorded on camera, shocking a community to its core. This wasn't just arson. It was a hate crime. Police investigating a report of suspected arson at a mosque in East Sussex have issued images of two people they wish to identify. Fire crews were called to the mosque on Phyllis Avenue in Peacehaven at about 21:50 British Summer Time on Saturday. While no one was injured in the incident, the front entrance of the building and a vehicle parked outside were damaged according to Sussex police, who are investigating it as a hate crime. Det Insp Gavin Patch said, "This was an appalling and reckless attack which we know will have left many people feeling less safe." The photos show one man wearing a distinctive black jacket with a pre-London logo in white on the chest. The second is wearing bright red gloves. "We are treating this as an arson with intent to endanger life and are continuing to pursue a number of lines of inquiry to identify those responsible," added Det Insp Patch. There has been an increased police presence at the scene since the incident, as well as additional patrols taking place at other places of worship across the county to provide reassurance, the force said. A volunteer at the mosque, who asked not to be named, told the BBC two people tried to enter through the front door, only to find it locked. They then poured a liquid at the entrance and near a car parked outside, which was set alight, he added. "It could have been murder," the volunteer said, adding that two people inside the mosque managed to escape, urging people to reject division. A spokesperson for the mosque said, "This hateful act does not represent our community. Peacehaven has always been a place of kindness and respect." The spokesperson thanked the emergency services for their swift response and all those who had reached out in solidarity. "Your support strengthens us and reminds us that love and understanding will always overcome hate and division." Posting on X, Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood described the attack as deeply concerning and called for the nation to stand united. "This country's greatest strength has been its ability to build one nation from many communities," she said. "Attacks against Britain's Muslims are attacks against all Britons and this country itself. What could have been a much graver tragedy was narrowly avoided. Yet the damage is not just physical. A mosque's entrance, a community's sense of safety, the symbolic sanctity of worship, all are scarred. This act of arson, captured clearly on camera, forces a reckoning. How vulnerable some faith communities remain, how quickly hatred can translate into violence, and how essential it is for society to respond swiftly and decisively. Now, as the investigation continues under Operation Spay, the pressing question is not only who is responsible, but what deeper currents of fear, division, and Islamophobia must be addressed. Because when a house of worship is attacked, it's not just the building that burns, it's trust. And rebuilding that trust takes far more than courts and patrols. It takes unity. My question: should attacks on religious buildings be treated as terrorism rather than just arson? Leave your answers in the comments section, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification option for more updates on true crime stories around the world. And don't forget to like and share. Thanks.